here we have 4 free plugins from Nembrini Audio. Each of these is an analog rack meant for guitar or bass. We'll take a real quick look over the interfaces here, and then I'll show you where to pick them up. So we have a chorus, a noise gate, a delay, and a cleaner. And the interface is going to be pretty similar for each of these. You're going to have your overall input here, your overall output there. That's on each of the different interfaces. You have your power down here, so like a bypass. Then an analog switch. If that is off, it's going to be more linear. If it's on, it's going to introduce some of that analog flavor or harmonics. And you can change the size of the interface. Some presets up here. Manual would be over there. And the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. Saving things, deleting presets, copying presets A and B settings, and heading through your presets right there. So now we'll look at these individually. Of course, we have a guitar amp on our samples here. And we'll start here with, say, the chorus. So your rate, and this would be how fast or slow do you want the effect. And then depth, so the overall deepness or how much of that effect you want to hear. Make it really, really deep, so it's really being affected there. I'm hoping everybody knows kind of how a chorus works, but just real quick look at it there. For your delay, you have your overall time. You can sync it to time divisions there if you want. Let's put this back to around there. Your offset is going to kind of offset your left and right sides. You can hear how it's really kind of almost ping-ponging a little bit there. The feedback, of course, if you just take this all the way up, it's going to be infinite, and it's going to end up, you're going to end up clipping out. And then the overall mix of that effect right there. And then you have an analog rack cleaner. And this is like a sort of like a high pass and a low pass. So if you have too much rumbling, whether you're playing metal guitar or a 9-string guitar and you have way too much low end, you can dial some of that out here. You have too much harshness or fuzziness on top, or it's just too bright. You can just dial that out right there. We have a bit of a low end problem here. And that's a bit too much low end. So we pull some of that out. Not going crazy here with it. Harshness would be the top end, of course. Don't need much on this. All right, sounds good overall. Don't really need a noise gate on this one, but again, kind of hope everybody knows what a noise gate is, just in case you don't. What we're gonna do here? Let me turn that on. Now you'll hear that amp noise, right? So if maybe you're playing metal guitar, high gain, you're doing a lot of chuggy or crunchy or djenty sort of stuff, in between those chugs, there's going to be amp noise or some sound. Or whenever you're not playing and you just have this amp noise, we can dial that out. So your threshold is going to be the level where it's going to kick in. Let's go and let that kick in about there, as you can hear. Then the range is the amount that it's dialing out. So we just kind of dim it here. You can probably still hear that a bit, or we can really just take it all the way down to essentially 0, so you won't hear anything at all. All right, so that is all 4 of your free plugins here. All right, so if you want to pick these up for yourself, we'll have links to each of them in the description below. Each of them are 100% free. You'll own them forever. You don't even need to go through a buying process. Just choose the download installer on each of these. Go ahead and download them, install them. No iLock or authorization of any kind required on these here. And they are, of course, AAX, VST, and AU. So they're going to work on any platform and any DAW. So if you want your free 4 plugins from Nembrini Audio for guitar or even for bass, go ahead and pick them up right now.